Joining us to talk more about the virus is China's ambassador to the U.S. Welcome to Face the Nation, Ambassador Cui.
Thank you.
Our condolences for these
Thank you very much.
Hundreds of fatalities. Yeah. Why hasn't the virus been contained?
Well, you see this.
So we come in, and as the camera pans around, he's tapping his foot. He's very closed in on himself. Stress is there. He's got his finger moving to caress the hand. He's stressed. So it starts out that way.
This is a new virus. So virtually very few people knew anything about it at the beginning. That's how people are still learning to discover more about the virus and how it affects people and the channels of infections and trying their best to stop it.
The U.S. has offered...
So he actually has no real information. We don't see any memory grabs from this. He's got information that is either fed to him via reports or has been told to him. And I'm going to go with being told to him because he's got no visual memory.
Offered repeatedly to send CDC experts, American experts, to help out. Why does Beijing continue to ignore those offers?
And then we see as she's asking this question, you see his thumbs literally digging in on the side. This is beyond caressing. This is like a pain response to distract the mind.
I don't think it's been ignored. First of all, we have...
But you haven't said yes.
Well, we welcome the American experts to participate in our efforts. And we are coordinating with the World Health Organization because a lot of things are done under the auspices of the World Health Organization. We certainly welcome American experts to join the expert group that the WHO is assembling. And I'm sure they will be going to China very soon.
Then, of course, you see the more stress. Basically, he's stressed. I guess the best metaphor is he's in a frying pan, it's hot, and he really can't see a way out. But he's also speaking evasively. We have not denied anyone. If they want to join, they go with who. So he turns the question around. And now we're doing verbal evasiveness.
Expect Americans to be there as part of the WHO, but you don't want the CDC there?
First of all, American experts are on the list recommended by the WHO. We certainly respect, I think all of us respect the WHO as the most professional intergovernmental body in the world. And for the US CDC, they have very frequent, regular contact with their Chinese counterpart, the Chinese CDC. And even beyond that, some American experts have come to China already on their own individual basis. So there is ongoing contact, not only between...
I just want to put an FYI out there for those of you who do not know how it works in China. If you are a part of a group, not just regular tourism, but literally part of a group, like government, TV programs, things of that nature, you are assigned a Chinese individual that follows you around and watches everything you're doing. And I'm going to assume, and that's right, assume, that they just don't want to assign any more people to the loads of people that they have already there working. Maybe they've got a problem with people wanting to be there, following these people in the hazardous places. I don't know. But no one is ever left alone.
The two governments, but also between the two CDCs and between the academic institutions, and even some American companies are also offering help, technical help.
Well, I asked the question because it also gets at, there's a lot of unknown and a lot of suspicion because of that. And in fact, this week, Senator Tom Cotton, who sits on the Senate Intelligence and Armed Services Committee, suggested that the virus may have come from China's biological warfare program. That's an extraordinary charge. How do you respond to that?
So before she says extraordinary, he leans forward as if to cut her and answer the question. So he already knows about what Tom Cotton has said and has an answer pre-done for it.
I think it's true that a lot is still unknown. And our scientists, Chinese scientists, American scientists, scientists of other countries are doing their best to learn more about the virus. But it's very harmful, it's very dangerous to stir up suspicion, rumors, and spread them among the people. For one thing, this will create panic. Another thing is that it will fan up racial discrimination, xenophobia, all these things that will really harm our joint efforts to combat the virus. Of course,
you notice as he's speaking about this, when we get this shot where it's actually in front of him, He's literally got his hands in a fist. He's blinking a lot. We've got our hands in a fist. So now we're going into big stress. This would be, this is where some meat is. Not just the stress that's been there from the beginning of this interview, but this is the huge stress.
All kinds of speculation and rumors. There are people who are saying that these viruses are coming from some military lab, not of China, maybe in the United States. How can we believe all these crazy things?
You think it's crazy. Where did the virus
Absolutely
come from?
crazy.
Where did the virus come from?
We still don't know yet. It's probably, according to some initial outcome of the research, probably coming from some animals. But we have to discover more about it.
There has been some outcry on social media, particularly after the death of Dr. Li Wenliang. He had made public warnings for weeks before the government acknowledged this was happening. In fact, authorities had forced him to disavow what he had said previously, which turned out to be true. The Communist Party of China is now investigating this. Why?
Well, we are all very saddened about the death of Dr. Li.
And here we see more meat, because now he's literally dancing in his chair.
He is a good doctor. He was a devoted doctor, and he did his best to protect people's health. We are so grateful to him. But you see, he was a doctor, and a doctor could be alarmed by some individual cases. But as for the government, you have to do more. You have to base your decisions, your announcement on more solid evidence and science.
But do you think
And there he pretty much dances around that whole explanation. Government's job is to keep people from panicking.
silencing him in the beginning was a mistake?
I don't know who tried to silence him, but there was certainly disagreement, or people were not able to reach agreement on what exactly the virus is, how it is affecting people. So there was a process of trying to discover more, to learn more about the virus. Maybe some people reacted not quickly enough. Maybe Dr. Li, he perceived some incoming dangers earlier than others. But this could happen anywhere. But whenever we find there's some shortcoming, we'll do our best to correct it.
Have Chinese authorities detained the citizen journalist Chen Qiushu? He has disappeared, and his videos revealed a lot of what was happening with this virus.
I'm sorry, I have never heard of this guy, so I don't have any information to share with you.
His videos are how the rest of the world has seen some of the images of what's happening. I want to also ask you quickly.
So he's in avoidance with that. I'm sorry, I don't know this guy. He looks away, but he's coming back as if he's doing a search, but he's going nowhere else. So if it was a true search and he was really looking to see who this person was, you'd see more access, and we don't see that. He may actually not know this individual per se, but it's like, someone is trying to get word out. The logical thing that would happen with my government is to squash it. It would be like, spring is here, the chickens lay eggs. Someone's trying to get information out, the government squashes it. That's normal.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo gave an extraordinary speech yesterday to a number of governors from all around the United States. And he harshly criticized the Chinese Communist Party. And he said that your country is targeting states, cities, schools, academic institutions to try to figure out how to exploit them. What exactly is the intention of the Chinese government? Because the Secretary of State says it's not good.
I always believe the real foundation of China-US relations is the friendship and mutual understanding between our peoples. So this is the root of state-to-state relations. And there's such an enthusiasm among American states, cities and towns, and ordinary Americans to learn more about China, to develop friendship with Chinese people, to facilitate cooperation between the two countries. I don't think anybody has any reason to against the will of the people.
Well,
And then you get word salad, more deflection.
If you'd like to learn more about analysing body language, there is a video course available on Mandy's website for Gold subscribers, where Mandy teaches more about her techniques of deception detection. There's also other content such as the Crime series and Interesting Minds series available to both Gold and Silver subscribers. I've also included a sample tutorial video to Library and included a referral link at the top of the description of this video that when you register will award you some credits that should enable you to watch the video on Library.
If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.